I'm so embarrassed. Good job, glad you remember.
I have done this. I've done this
I'm doing
when
the
a reader
Cecily
really
scene.
sucks.
Okay, are you reading Cecily or John?
Quiet, or they're stepping all over my moments. I'll just
I
stop.
wasn't sure if we did.
And I'll just stop and I'll just stare at it for just a little bit. It's to say, this is my fucking audition. I'm running it. And it took me a long time to have the guts to do that, but it worked. And then usually they'll notice it and apologize afterwards. And I've had one go, that was my fault. Can we do it again? And they did it again. Because they know that's what they're supposed to be doing. Right. And there's up there doing 500 a day. You know, so after a while it's like, you know, they get numb. Yeah, they get numb with it. So sometimes you have to go, oh, hello, this is my job here. Wake the fuck up. Yeah, you know. And a little stop and a stare. And I do that on stage when I've got an actor who's phoned it in. I'll just fuck up the timing. I'll do everything off, and they're like, oh my God, what is she doing tonight? I don't understand this. And then finally they'll start paying attention to me and we've got something going.
So glad you never did that.
It's all about
I'm so glad you never did that in the wheelchair seat.
Oh, I did actually. I did it a bunch. All right. You guys, hello Liz.
Hi.
You look so pretty. I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Your little necklace thing.
Thanks.
All right.
It's
Let's.
really bright over here now until I look at her with the light.
Tell me what scene you're doing, please.
Cecily and Jessica.
Okay. All right. And do you have any questions?
I don't believe I do.
Okay, great.
Hi there, my name's Liz Ernest. My agent is Lori Lindbergh, and I'll be reading for the part of Cecily. He kissed you, didn't he? And there was chemistry. So call him. Or better yet, go see him again. It's been weeks.
I can't.
Well, that's not the Jess I knew. The Jess I knew would have tackled him, hog-tied him, and strapped him on the hood of her car.
I'm not the same Jess you knew.
Well, I guess I'm not the same either. Who is? I'm sorry, I've got no business giving you advice.
No, don't be sorry. It's good advice. You're a good friend.
Good. I want you to try something for me. Can you take your chair and you'll just sort of modify the way you're sitting, as if the two of you are sitting on a bench. So can you take the back of your chair, Liz, and just turn it towards the piano? No, I'm sorry, there's two pianos. That was stupid. The real piano, sorry. Not the one that should be in an aquarium. Yeah, and kind of scoot yourself back into the place that you were. A little bit more. And so it's as if your side is facing Brooke. Like you're on a bench. Right, that's actually how it's shot.
Okay.
Okay? And your kids are over by the piano that doesn't work.
This one?
That one,
Okay.
yeah, all right? So when you have to talk to her, you have to turn a little bit to the side to talk to her. Right?
Okay.
And when you're facing forward, you're obviously seeing the kids. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right? And I want you to hide what you're talking about. Like you don't want little nosy Susie to hear you.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Now, why do you think I told you that?
Because I was loud?
Yes, good. The actress in you should say, must be in a stage play. I'm a little bit on my stage energy, and she just asked me to modify it. Got it?
Yes.
Good girl. Now, show me that you heard that. Don't change so much what you're doing, just change that level of energy.
Okay,
Because
I got
remember,
it.
the camera will come pick you up. See what
Yes.
you're doing right now?
Yes.
That's really all you gotta do.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, whenever you're ready.
He kissed you, didn't he? And there was chemistry? So call him. Or better yet, go see him. It's been weeks.
I can't.
Well, that's not the Jess I knew. The Jess I knew would have tackled him, hog-tied him, and strapped him on the hood of her car.
Can you try that line one more time and be a little bit more of a smart ass? Like you say it to Kyle.
Okay.
Don't bullshit me, that kind of thing. Just that one line for me.
The Jess I knew would have tackled him, hog-tied him, and strapped him on the hood of her car.
There you go.
I'm not the same Jess you knew.
Well, I guess I'm not the same either. Who is? I'm sorry. I've got no business giving you advice.
it. Don't be sorry. It's good advice. And you're a good friend.
Good cut. All right, very good. You really modified like crazy. You used that change in direction and having the focus of the kids to help you, and keeping it quiet really helped a great deal.
Okay.
Some things I want you to work on. You have a tendency to lean forward a lot. Okay, you're breaking at the waist. I want you to get rid of that habit.
Okay.
Just get rid of that habit. Sometimes I'm very aware of the leaning as opposed to what you're doing, and you're really good. I don't want that to get in the way. All right? Like right now, you're kind of leaning forward. Can you sit up? Oh, there you go. Yeah. You're a tilter. You tilt. Yeah. And that's also you're very energetic, and so your energy makes you go that way. So just be real careful with that. Okay.
Okay.
It's all about the other. Everything is about the other. So when you watch this, watch how much you are motivating things from yourself and not from the other person. Just watch that.
Okay.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, so scoot you can back over where she was. And let's bring you a little bit more closer to Brooke, so if you can come a bit closer. What scene did you bring in, Anastasia?
Cecily and
You
Jessica.
need to lower the camera a little bit.
Hi.
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
A lot of the women, you guys have a tendency to come in and you come up and you'll talk to me because I'm way over here, and then you'll kind of talk to them, and then you'll go right down like that. The problem is where the fuck do you go? It's like starting a monologue right here and all of a sudden you go. Stuck here. Because this is right. And, I put myself in this position as opposed to starting off really open, really neutral, really open from here, so that I can receive you. And then if I feel motivated, you will make me
Like
come
everybody
forward.
did this.
I don't start like that. All right, right here I know I'm going to push. That's what my signal goes off in my head. I'm going to push. And if I start reaching for this other person, and that's a lot of that's being tall, you're up here in the stratosphere. Yeah. All right, so right now are you sitting up straight or are you slumping? You look like you're slumping. Good. Could you lift your chest up? Good. Right. You look insecure.
It's because of your sweater.
Down like that. Yeah. So just make sure you're up a little bit. Right.
Okay.
Because the camera is going to exaggerate that like crazy. All right. Great. What scene do you have, Anastasia?
Cecily and Jessica.
Okay. Good. This is a favorite for today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
All right. So camera's rolling. Okay, great. Just slate after action and action.
Hello, my name's Anastasia Graves. My agent is Chelsea Copeland, and this is Cecily. He kissed you, didn't he? And there was chemistry? So call him. Better yet, go see him. It's been weeks.
I can't.
Well, that's not the Jess I knew. The Jess I knew would have tackled him, hog-tied him, and strapped him on the hood of her car.
I'm not the same Jess you knew.
Well, I guess I'm not the same either. I mean, who is? I'm sorry. I've got no business to give you advice.
No, it's good advice. And you're a good friend.
Good cat.
Keep
Great.
looking
Couple
at
things
No,
I want you to
don't.
think about.
Okay.
You remember our moment in the hallway when you were working with Matt Johnson before First Friday?
Yes.
Do you remember that moment when you dropped in?
Mm-hmm.
Now that, albeit, was a very emotional moment, but that's the first time I'd seen you really work off of impulse.
Okay.
All right? Because what was saying, it was what was coming out of your mouth was coming off of something that you felt. And you remember that big light bulb that went on over your head?
Mm-hmm.
You had a big after light bulb in that moment. It was just one, I love being there when that happens for someone. I need you to hearken back to that without me helping you.
Okay.
all right? And that is going to make your voice sound more real when you are in this arena.
Okay.
Okay, like that okay. That okay came from something, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that yeah, see? And who gave you that reason to speak?
Because I was actively listening, so you did.
No, who
No.
gave you that
Oh.
reason to speak?
Myself.
No, who gave you that reason to speak? Who's the only other person talking to you? Me.
You.
Right, I did it. And you're so connected to me right now that you didn't have to think about laughing, did you?
No.
No, you just did. Right, because I made you laugh. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, and that's not going to happen if you don't open up to what the other person's doing.
Okay.
You got that? Otherwise, you're always acting by yourself. Right?
Yes.
And then you won't always have that great moment you had in the hallway, and I want you to have a hallway moment. So try it again.
All right.
All righty? Good. Whenever you're ready.
He kissed you, didn't he? And there was chemistry? So call him, or better yet, go see him again. It's been weeks.
I can't.
Don't look down. Don't look down until you feel it.
That's not the Jess I knew. The Jess I knew would have tackled him, hog-tied him, and strapped him on the hood of her car.
I'm not the same Jess you knew.
Well, I guess I'm not the same either.
Okay, good. Now that's nice. She picked up a whole lot more on what she was doing, but there's one thing you're missing. She doesn't think what you're saying is funny. And when you knew her before, she would have laughed at it. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what the whole scene is about, is two friends adjusting to differences in a long relationship. So just back up a little bit, do the hogtie, and see if you can't put that one little moment in there.
Okay.
Cool, nice. Much better on the stage, much better.
Well, that's not the Jess I knew.
What color are Brooke's eyes?
They're like greenish brown right now. That's what they look like.
They're what?
They look greenish brown.
Yeah, what kind of red are her lips? They're sort of red?
They're pink.
Good, now say a line.
Okay.
And keep looking at her eyes and the color of them.
Well, that's not the Jess I knew. The Jess I knew would have tackled him, hog-tied him, and strapped him on the hood of her car.
And don't look down until she gives you the reason to.
I'm not the same Jess you knew.
Well, I guess I'm not the same either. Who is? I'm sorry. I've got no business giving you advice.
No, don't be sorry. It's good advice. And you're a good friend.
Good. And it feels very vulnerable.